What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today we're taking an early in-hand look at the best hand in the game Air Jordan 1 collection. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. Also make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter at @RealSethFowler. But with all that out of the way, let's get into it. First off, I want to thank Reshoevn8r for sponsoring this video. We all know that the Air Jordan 1 Best Hand in the Game collection features a lot of premium suede. So in order to keep that suede looking fresh and clean, it's definitely a good idea to use the Reshoevn8r water and stain repellent. So make sure to check out Reshoevn8r in the link in the description below, and also use my discount code SETH for 10% off your entire order. So back in the beginning of April, Jordan Brand invited me to Nike headquarters to check out their upcoming summer collection, and there was a lot of great stuff to see. It's really cool to see Jordan Brand coming back with some heat this year, but some of the things at the event I couldn't reveal until a certain date. And so finally the day has come. I can show you guys my in-hand look of the best hand in the game Air Jordan 1 collection. Also shout out to Jordan Brand for inviting me to the event. It's like a dream come true to be working with them in any capacity, and getting to see Jordans early, that's pretty cool. One last thing I gotta say, I attended this event before I had this 4K camera, so all this footage is in 1080p, so it's not as clear or as crisp as it could have been. It's not bad. But with all that being said, let's take a look at the collection. So first things first, there are 4 pairs in the best hand in the game collection, and each one exemplifies one of his accomplishments through his love of card games. So each shoe features a different card hand graphic on the insole, and not only that, the suede detailing on the heel and swoosh is to represent the top of a card playing table. Each one of the 4 sneakers features white and black leather paneling on the toe and on the midfoot. That of course is very similar color blocking to the black toe ones, which is why I think a lot of people are actually going to really like this collection. But the biggest design change that makes this collection so special is of course that suede detailing on the heel and on the swoosh. As I'm sure you can tell, the swoosh doesn't come in black like it does on the black toe ones. Instead, it comes in the same color that's featured on the heel. And to be honest, at first I wasn't a huge fan of that because I was so used to seeing the black toe colorway, which that red colorway is very similar to. But when I got a chance to look at the sneakers up close, I really love the fact that it made the sneakers a more unique colorway than their previous iterations. But why don't we continue on by taking a closer look at each one of these colorways. The first colorway we'll look at is the Blue Moon colorway. Obviously, it's going to remind a lot of you guys of the Fragment 1s, which could be a good thing for some people, and for other people, they just don't care. I'm definitely more on the don't care side of things. I think the Fragment 1 is a great looking shoe, but I think this is something completely different. As I mentioned before, you've got black and white leather panels on the toe and on the midfoot of the shoe. That stays true for all the sneakers in the collection, and when you look at the leather up close, it's not bad. It's actually very similar to what you find in the Game Royals, which some people like, some people don't. It's flexible and relatively soft, but it's definitely not as soft as the leather that you find on the Shadow ones. Overall, not bad, not great. It definitely shouldn't be a deal breaker though. Now the suede, on the other hand, is really nicely done. It's definitely a short suede, but it feels really good to the touch. It also does that thing that your pillows at home probably used to do, where when you slide your finger across it, it changes to one color, and then when you slide it back, it changes back to the original color. That's definitely not a great indicator of quality, but you know, honestly, if you look at really bad nubucks, they don't do that. So I think it's safe to say for a mass-produced shoe, the suede quality is actually pretty impressive. I'm definitely feeling this Blue Moon colorway. I really like the shade of blue that they used, and it's also a nice touch that they accented the bottom of the shoe with a blue outsole to match with the rest of the suede. Moving on to another familiar colorway, we've got the Track Red Air Jordan 1. This obviously looks a lot like the black toe ones, with the exception of course being the material difference and of course the red swoosh instead of the black swoosh. This is the one colorway out of the group where I really would have preferred a black swoosh. Not to say it's bad, but the red is just such a strong color, I would have preferred some more balance with the black swoosh. Again, you've got that same leather construction on the toe and on the midfoot, and again the suede quality is pretty impressive. The outsole also comes in red to match the suede color, however the red of the outsole is a slightly brighter shade than the red of the suede. But overall, still a great looking shoe, and from what I'm hearing, it might be a limited collection, so it's going to be kind of hard to get any colorway, to be honest, so if I can get the red colorway, I'll be happy. Next up, we've got the Yellow Ochre colorway. I'm not a huge fan of yellow, but this colorway, it's dope. I think the reason I like this colorway so much is because it's so different from what you're used to seeing on Air Jordan 1. We've seen the red and black before, we've seen the blue and black before, and to be fair, we have seen yellow and black on the New Love ones, but this one is just so different. I just said that I thought the Blue Moon colorway was my second favorite, but I think this one might actually edge it out as number 2. To be totally fair, I'm not sure exactly what I'd wear this with. It would definitely have to be more of an accent piece than sort of a matching piece, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below, what you think of the Yellow Ochre colorway, because I feel like it's going to be one of the more polarizing colorways in the collection. Again, the outsole matches the suede color, which I think is important, especially on a bright color like yellow. If I had the chance to grab this one, I will definitely buy it. And finally, rounding out the collection, we've got the Clay Green Air Jordan 1. I'm sure you all have figured it out by now, but this colorway, This is by far my favorite. That clay green or forest green is such a nice color choice. It's not really a Celtics green, which in some cases I think could be a little bit too bright. It's more of a darker, sort of easier to rock shade of green. And that green suede on the heel is butter. This colorway is like the definition of an easy to rock Air Jordan 1. No matter what you're wearing, the green is just subtle enough to be able to fit in with pretty much any color scheme, and yet it's not a very common color that you find on Air Jordans. One thing I really love about the clay green is out of the 4 sneakers in the collection, this is the least bright. The green is muted and subtle, and the brightest color on this sneaker is the white. And let's be honest, white and black, super easy to match with anything. Of course, the outsole comes in the same shade of green, which I think is super clean. And overall, out of the 4 sneakers, this is the one that I'd probably be willing to pay resale for. So the entire Best Hand in the Game collection drops on May 5th on Nike.com and at Nike retailers for $160 a sneaker. Honestly, I have no idea about availability. I would assume that they would be a little bit more limited based on the amount of press that's been going out for the sneakers and the fact that I think some of them might be regionally based, meaning some colorways might only be available in certain areas, or at least that's what I've heard. Don't quote me on that, but just keep in mind that this probably won't be the easiest collection in the world to get, especially not all 4. Thank you again to Jordan Brand for having me out to this event. It was a dream come true. Overall, I think the entire collection is fire, and honestly, I'd be happy with any of the shoes. That pretty much wraps it up for the video today, guys. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know which colorway of the 4 colorways is your favorite. Also, once again, thank you to Reshoevn8r for sponsoring the video. Make sure to check them out in the link in the description below and use my discount code SETH for 10% off. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.